The mission: shatter the enemy defense lines and destroy the military headquarters of a war-crazed nation. The time: sunrise. The place: classified information. The weaponry: Tiger Heli and you. Tiger Heli. The result of a billion-dollar defense project. The ultimate stealth helicopter. Turbine-powered. Forged from ebony material and glistening chrome. Armed with heat-seeking missiles and impact bombs, able to fly in the stratosphere or inches above the ground, with only enough fuel to get you to the heart of the megafortress. Getting out is up to you. It's a last-ditch effort to halt a war-crazed nation, fanatics sworn to overrun any country they can conquer. And in this war, they've been winning. They have rocket-firing tanks, destroyers, and weapons never seen before. You have Tiger Heli. From Micronics and Acclaim in 1987, it is Tiger Heli. This was the first game to be developed by Toaplan, a now defunct Japanese arcade developer. It was published by Taito. It is a predecessor to Twin Cobra. The player controls a helicopter named Tiger Heli. How about that? Basically, it's your standard vertical scrolling shooter. We control a helicopter taking on hordes of enemies, which includes tanks, battleships, and artillery. It is interesting to note that besides some airplanes taking off, there are no flying enemies in the entire game. The player's main weapon is an unlimited supply of missiles, which travel a max distance of half the screen's height. The player also has 2 bombs, which destroy all objects within a large circular radius. The bombs can be blown off by enemy bullets, though. Players killed after only 1 hit and respawn to a point approximately 1 whole vertical screen length later, thus progressing the player past the obstacle that had killed them, albeit at a high cost. The player is given 3 lives initially, and bonus lives are awarded at 20,000 points, and then every 80,000 points thereafter. Flashing crosses scattered throughout each level award player power-ups depending on what color the cross is. A red cross gives the player 1 side-firing mini-heli, which shoots perpendicular to the player's helicopter. A white cross yields a forward-firing mini-heli, and it is possible to have a mix and match of side helis, totaling no more than 2. The green cross gives you an additional bomb, if the player currently has less than 2. Grabbing power-ups, when not necessary, yields 5,000 points. There are a total of 4 stages, all of which start and end with a helipad. After completion of the last stage, the game will start in a more difficult mode starting on stage 2. Most of the game's areas contain unnecessary objects to destroy for bonus points, such as oil drums and houses. And this was rather uncharacteristic, for shoot-'em-ups at the time. This was ported to the NES by Micronics and distributed by Acclaim in the United States and by Pony Incorporated in Japan. There was a emulated version of Tiger Heli released for the PlayStation on Toaplan Shooting Battle 1, released by Banpresto. Now, one thing occurred to me while I was playing this game, viewers. It is incredibly Jackal-esque. And if you don't know, Jackal being the Jeep game that was done by, I think, Konami, maybe Ultra, was a top-down vertical shooter, but not an auto-scrolling vertical shooter. It was just a top-down shooter in which you controlled the Jeep. And what initially got me thinking about this as I was playing the game is the tanks are very reminiscent of the tanks in Jackal. I just kind of blew it off and didn't think much about it until I saw a Jeep, which looked almost identical to the Jeeps in Jackal. That said, could this have influenced Jackal? Most likely. I don't know how much, though. They came out relatively close to the same time on the actual NES console, so what to say about it? It's a fun game. Very hard, but a lot of fun. And yeah, it's a nice change of pace from the 1940 series, which in their own right are very good. But yeah, this one just kind of upgrades that a bit, and actually reminded me a little bit of Raptor, Call of the Shadows, with the ability to blow up buildings.